Assalamu alaikum, dear parents and students. I wanted to make a video for you as an orientation session video. This orientation session is already attended by most of your parents face to face in beginner school system a few months ago. This can be considered as career guidance for Matric and O Level students. Why career guidance? Because it enables the students to launch into a successful future, that is education and career. Choose any of the two paths, that is Matric and Cambridge. Know the difference between these two distinct programs and know the path leading to college and university educations. Now the class 7 students, we know that, and you also know that they are promoted to class 8. Once the student is promoted to class 8 in August, the course is started, and we know that in midterm, in December, the midterm exam is conducted, and in January the student they get their result. After that, the class 8 is split up into two sections or two parts. One is known as class 8 Matric and the other is known as class 8 Cambridge. Means actually the bifurcation is done in January. Those students who want to go for board, Mardan board or Matric, then we separate them from the rest of the class and we start the board course, means the Mardan board course or the Matric course. While those who will go for O level in future, they complete their 8 course, class 8 course in their books, and then they give their exam in May, and in June they get their result, and then they are promoted to class 9 O level. In August, new session starts for them. In Matric, we have the student once promoted from class 8 to Matric, or we call it SSC, secondary school certificate. From SSC or Matric, then the student go for FSC or higher secondary school certificate, and once the FSC is completed, then the student has choice whether to go to university or professional colleges. And we all know that once the FSC is done, the student get the result and then they do for ETA exams, and if they are qualified they can go for medical and or engineering. But if they are left behind, then they go for a BS, or most of the students they repeat and they do improvement, and then they appear again in ETA, and if they are successful they go to medical or engineering universities. The governing body for Matric is BISE, which is known as Board of Intermediate and Secondary Education. This board they have examination, they conduct examination of FSC and Matric. They have eligibility criteria for the admission. Similarly, they offer courses, and they put condition on the institution. The institution should be registered, and they can refuse or cancel the registration at any time if the rules are not fulfilled by the institution. And once the student is passed, the student is given certificates, and if the student is in top 20, they give awards and prizes as well. The board offers two streams in Matric. One is known as science group, the other is known as humanities. In beginners Mardan, we offer only science group. In science group there are 8 subjects: Islamiyat, Pakistan studies, Urdu, English, physics, chemistry, maths, and in bio and computer there is an option. If a student wants to go for bio, then the student becomes like a pure medical student, and if a student go for computer science, it means that the student is intending to go for engineering or computer science degrees in future. In class 9 there are 550 marks, and in class 10 again 550. The total marks of Matric are 1100. While as compared to Matric in O level, it is internationally recognized qualification equivalent to the UK GCSE, which is known as General Certificate of Secondary Education. It provides learner with excellent preparation for academic progression to A level and Cambridge pre-universities. Similarly, these qualifications are designed for learners whose first language may not be English. The curriculum also enables teaching to be placed in a localized context, making it relevant in various regions. Means if a student wants to switch from the O level to FSC, then the student can do it by converting the O level to Matric. The curriculum of O level emphasizes on broad and balanced study across a wide range of subjects. The curriculum develops learner skills in creative thinking, inquiry, and problem solving. In some parts of the world, schools use Cambridge O level as an international alternative to the local government examination. Universities in many countries, including Canada and USA, admit learners on the basis of their Cambridge O level performances alone. It means that if you do O level, then it is like international certification or international qualification. If you want to go abroad, you can go and start A level in any country of the world. If you do Matric, then there are different foundation courses which you will do. Especially most of the countries, they offer 1 year foundation course, and your Matric will be equivalent to O level then. So if you do an overview, O level leads you to A level as well as to FSC, and then to universities and professional colleges. Like you go from Matric to FSC and to universities and colleges. But the difference is that is like Pakistani based education, and this is international education. The assessments in O level, they are different from the assessments of Matric. They are taken after completing the 3 years course. Matric is completed in 2 years, while O level is completed in 3 years. First year we call it 9 Cambridge, the second 10 Cambridge, and the last year we call it 11 Cambridge. Similarly, the variety of methods, including written, practical, and oral, they are applied for assessment of O level examination. Performance is benchmarked using 5 internationally recognized grades, that is from A static to E. CAI means Cambridge Assessment International Education. It runs 2 sessions, Cambridge O level examinations. One session is in May-June, while the second session is in October-November. We prepare our students for May-June exam mostly. Now the Cambridge Secondary forms a part of the Cambridge International Education. Means the O level is part of the Cambridge International Education. Offering routes candidates can follow from post-KG stage to university entrance. Cambridge provision also include first-class support for teachers through publications, online resources, training, workshops, and professional development. And throughout the year, we conduct different attend different seminars. We are guided in the new curriculum, and whatever changes they incorporate, we are instantly informed by the Cambridge universities. They conduct workshop as well as they do webinars, and they train our teachers so that they should be always on the right track for the guidance of students. Similarly, Cambridge O level is the national living examination in several countries, including Pakistan. Cambridge O level is normally taken in 7 to 9 subjects across the curriculum after 11 years, means after 8. Cambridge O level grading is one of the 6-point scale, that is A static to E. Universities in many countries, including Canada and the USA, they admit students on the basis of their Cambridge O level performances alone. Grade C in Cambridge O level, English language satisfies the English proficiency requirements of many universities in the UK and other countries. Now if we do comparison, Cambridge is done in 3 years while Matric is done in 2 years. Sources of certification, after the result, the certificates are offered by University of Cambridge if you do O Level, while by Board of Intermediate and Secondary Education Mardan if you do Matric. Similarly, the subjects are 8 in both cases. In O Level, now we are trying to start another subject as well, which is like elective subject, and that will be global perspective, which is like internationally very popular subject for students to build their profile and for good career. Now if we do the differences in our school, it means in beginner school system Mardan, the syllabus which is offered by the CIE, that is lengthier than Matric, while the Matric syllabus is short. The implementation of syllabi is more skill based, while here it is less skill based, less exposure to functional English, and it is wider exposure to English with emphasis on functional English. And syllabus is mostly based on the rote learning and memorization in case of Matric, while here students are required to do critical thinking. The O-level student can answer questions from variety of scenario. The papers are set, they are not like repeated papers, they are set in in a new manner. And what they do, they put daily life scenario in papers, and they check whether the student can apply the concept which the student has learned in 3 years or not. And the question, they are structured question, means suppose it is a question in which there are 5 to 6 parts, and gradually they increase the level of the understanding of students. They suppose question number 1, A part is easy question, but the B part will be difficult as compared to the A part. Similarly, gradually the question becomes more difficult. In case of O-level Matric, if a student just practice past 5 to 6 years papers, he can easily get good grades. But here in case of O-level, student need to practice at least 10 years past papers. The O-level is more challenging as compared to Matric because it is international education, and the papers are set internationally, while the Matric, we know that the papers are set locally. Similarly, the questions are checked in different parts of the world, and they check it very properly. The grading systems in both cases, here the top grade is A star, while here it is A plus. The remaining they are same. Percentages are different. 90% and above, that is considered as A star. 85% to 89% is A. 75% to 84%, that is considered as B, and so on. While here 85% and above is A plus. 75% to 79 is A, and 60% to 69% is B, and so on. The here in Matric, it is set criteria, like from past so many years, while here this criteria is not set. Every year the Cambridge University, they set threshold. Threshold means that every year, for example, for a particular subject, they will set the criteria that this year, suppose 90% and above is A star, but for example in the next year maybe it is 92% and above is A star, maybe next year it is 88% and above is A star. So it is not set but the criteria, but it is like you can consider it average criteria. Now the subject choice is 5 compulsory subjects in both cases, and that is English, Islamiyat, Mathematics, Pakistan Studies, and Urdu. The optional subjects are In O level we offer biochemistry, physics, or computer science and physics. Similarly, there is another track for us, and that is known as economics, accounting, and business studies. While here we have only two options: physics, chemistry, bio, or against bio you can take computer science. If a student wants to convert O level to Matric, means O level to Matric, and student wants to switch to FSC, means student is intending not to do A level but to do FSC, then there is a committee which is known as IBCC. IBCC has a responsibility to convert your grades of O level into equivalent Matric. So this is the criteria according to which they do it. Like suppose that if you take 8 A stars in 8 subjects, so what they do, they give you 90 marks for each, and similarly they make a DMC for you. From O level and Matric we know that after both a student can join FSC or A level, and from FSC and O level a student can switch to professional colleges and universities. Now the purpose of this presentation or video is that you are going to choose which track you want to opt for. Definitely you are now O level students and you are not Matric students. What you are going to do, you are going to sit with your parents that which of the track you want to choose. Means you want to take physics, chemistry, bio, or instead of bio you want to study computer science, or instead of these two tracks you want to opt for or go for economics, accounting, or business studies. Means either you are going to choose this track, this or this, and you are going to decide this during this week. You are going to tell us before the weekend, because from the 10th of August we are going to launch the online classes again, and definitely we are going to put you in certain category which will be chosen by you. So kindly choose your track with the consent of your parents. Think about it and then let me know. I will share my number with you, or I will post a link through WhatsApp, and in the link you are going to write your name, and you are going to tell me the track that I am going to take: physics, chemistry, bio, or economics, accounting, business studies, or physics, chemistry, and computer science. There is another option as well, and that is economics, accounting, and computer science. So it's up to you if you want to choose one of these. Kindly let me know on time. Thanks a lot. Stay safe. Allah Hafiz.